for some people, they realize sooner than others that you got to choose a path. Every time there's a decision being made, you choose a path. There may be one option, two options, 20 options, but you do have to choose one. And when you choose one, go forward. Don't kind of choose one and then retreat. So let me explain this in a analogy form. So say you're reading a book, and it's one of those like choose your own destiny books, right? So you get to the end of chapter 1, and it says, okay, you need to make a decision. Chapters 2, 3, 4, and 5 all lead to chapter 6, right? So you choose chapter 2, you read that chapter, you move straight to chapter 6. Same with chapter 3, 4, and 5, right? They all have different stories though. But once you pick one, you have to finish that chapter and move to chapter 6. You're not supposed to read the other chapters because that's a different path you took. So it's the same with life. When you get to chapter 1 and you get to that point in the road, the fork in the road where you got to decide, okay, am I going to do this or am I going to do that? Just pick one. Use your intelligence, use your experience, and say, okay, based on what I know so far, this seems to be the best option. So just roll with that. There's no point in pondering what the other option was. You'll never know, right? It's just once you go with that, just forget about it. It doesn't matter. It's made up in your head. It's your thoughts, and that's such an issue. Like with imposter syndrome specifically, and feeling behind in life, it is your thoughts that betray you. And every time I say that, I think of Star Wars, but it's so true. I mean, when you sit with your thoughts too much, they become your worst enemy, man. They really become your worst enemy. And yeah, if I have any advice, this isn't really advice, more just like a level of awareness that I want you to take from this is that try and do at least as much as you think. And what I mean by that is you want all these things. And you see it all the time on TikToks, relatable TikTok kind of thing, where it's like, oh, I want my dream body. And then you go and eat McDonald's. What are you doing? If this is what you want, go and get it. Go and do it. Don't think about it. I've thought a million times about recording a podcast episode, but I came up with a million excuses. I didn't have a mic, didn't have a camera set up, didn't have a topic to talk about. Whatever it is, like, I don't care anymore. I'm just like, you know what? I can keep thinking about it, or I can just record a podcast. And if the first few are going to suck, I got to accept that. The first few, I'm not going to feel comfortable talking in depth about stuff because I've been used to short form content. But now I have an opportunity to grow and learn. I can learn about video production. I can learn about setting up an interview. I have 2 camera setups right now. I have an audio. I'm learning. I want to expand. I want to get better at all forms of content creation. So I'm trying things. That's what you need to do. That's my advice. If you are stuck, pick any option. If you're stuck, you don't know what to do in life, I say you look up a YouTube video, type in freaking self-care or something, like top 6 things, top 6 habits to learn. Pick one and just go with it. Just make that your priority. Make that your priority instead of sitting around trying to find a priority. Just pick one and go with that. And then after a few weeks of that, you'll probably spin off in this other direction. Or you find out you love, like, what if running was it, and 2 weeks in, you realize, wow, I love running. I love running. And in fact, I love sprinting. And so now you've found this new path and this new habit and this new routine you like. And then maybe through your running, you meet someone who becomes your best friend because now you're running buddies. And like just the spiral of things that can happen. It's called the domino effect, or like the butterfly effect, domino effect, same thing. You do something and it causes another thing to happen. But the thing is, unless you do that first thing, nothing can happen. Right? If you're sitting in bed and all the things that in the day could happen, all those things can only happen if you get up. If you sit in bed, you cross out everything that could happen in your day other than you sitting in your room. And it's the same with life. If you never get up and do something, you always ponder that thought, you always ponder that dream, you never do anything about it, empty thoughts. Doesn't matter. Actions speak way louder than words, especially in your own life. The people who are millionaires, the people who are gurus, they got to where they're at because they went and did that thing. Even if they're like rip-off kooks, they went and wrote that ebook. They went and learned marketing. They went and put together a video to steal your money. They went and did something. And now they're on this new path, whether or not it's good or bad. They went and did versus you sit and complain about it. I'm not saying you did, but that's just what I'm getting at, basically.